now we give you Mr. Roie Levin.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. It is an honor to speak at the graduation of the most respectable international high school class of 2011. My name is Roie Levin. If you don't know me, I'm sure you know my mom. I was at the same graduation exactly 1 year ago as an usher. And at the reception, I remember talking excitedly to some friends and saying, "OMG, I am so jealous of the seniors who are graduating." And of course, who should be standing next to me at that moment but Ms. Camblin herself. And she asked me then, "Why, Roie, do you want to leave us so badly?" And I mumbled something awkward, turned very red, and edged away. I think now is a perfectly appropriate time to respond to that question. I happen to be a lifer. Well, as you may have noticed, I'm not on Laura's list, so I guess I'm a lifer -1. I first came to French American by accident, actually. My parents were not French and had no particular penchant towards a French education. One of the reasons was that I'm November born, so I'm right on the age cutoff between 2 grades. Other schools preferred that I wait a year, face said, "Hey, whatever, we'll take him." Lifer -1. I have memories of every single part of the hallway, of every floor, in each of which I have spent a year of my life. As I climbed the levels, the floor tiles changed colors. I became older and wiser. I would like to share some of my memories. I remember learning that light-up shoes were passé. I remember getting lockers. I remember realizing that lockers were exactly the same as cubbies, only with sharper edges that could rip your backpack. I remember music class games. Snake was everybody's favorite. I remember middle school and willingly talking to a girl for the first time. I remember the smell of the hallway after swimming class. I remember my first exam week. And ultimately I made it here to high school. My youngest brother, Eyal, who unfortunately cannot join us today due to prior commitments in Strasbourg, said in his 5th grade graduation speech, "Not only did our teachers teach us, but they also educated us." I'm not sure what his train of thought was exactly, but in any case, I think he captured something essential and powerful that resonates with our high school education and with the IB. Somehow that sounds right. We were not simply taught, we were educated. Our literature classes required readings from around the world in order to not only give us writing and analysis skills, but also to develop us into broad-minded individuals. Ms. Goldberg, who brought us donuts in celebration of Dickens' birthday, has a motto to the effect of, "I do not teach IB English, I teach English to IB students." Labs, math IAs, group 4 projects, extended essays, and the like made us take knowledge and apply it practically to concrete problems. While we studied for a series of tests, I never felt like we did. Mr. Albrizio, often, could not help himself and explained to us things outside the syllabus. For example, the reaction mechanism for the hydration of alkenes, which in his words, was just too beautiful to skip. We were taught not only to know passively, but to think proactively. And the fruit of our toils is apparent all around us. IB art students, you are now capable of producing full-on concerts, plays, films, and expos. Econ students, you can now talk finance with people who pretend to talk finance. Physics students, with your knowledge of light reflection and the Brewster angle, you now know how to design ideal fisherman sunglasses. And of course, let's not forget languages, since all of us have learned languages. I, for one, did not speak French when I first arrived. In fact, I did not speak, period. For 3 whole months, I literally spoke to no one. Thankfully, I overcame my barrier. My mom claims that I haven't shut up since. With the help of Madame Hills and much practice and oral presentations, my French has come a long way. Aujourd'hui, je peux même regarder les Astérix sans sous-titres. Some of us have learned a 3rd language. I can get around in China now. 去中国的时候，我可以说，请问漂亮的女孩子在哪里？ Excuse my accent, I haven't practiced in a while. I guess I should thank you, faculty, for what you have given to us. As every teacher has at one point or another felt the need to remind us that our prefrontal cortexes are not fully formed, and thus that we are inherently prone to rash decision-making. Thank you, teachers, for shaping our brains and helping us make wise choices. Two of my teachers I have known for 6 and 7 years, respectively. While I have not formally requested their permission to say so, at this point I consider them almost to be my friends. Mr. Manick and your unshakable sense of style, thank you for bearing with me while I continually delayed starting my extended essay until stupid late. Monsieur Astrid, I probably still owe you a lab. Thank you for your patience, for your moonwalk demonstration. Thank you to all my mentors for sharing your knowledge with us. My teachers through the years, even those I've only had for a short time, Ms. Kapoor, Ms. McLean, Madame Bois, without doubt or hesitation, you are the gem of the school, and the reason we as an institution are great. I would like especially to praise the theater department, the faculty, Brad, Frank, Michelle. Nothing short of brilliant and inspirational. Bakado was my getaway from school and my second family. Also, thanks to the athletics department, I'm very proud the cross-country team made it to the team of the year. No thanks to me. While I'm at thanks, I would like to thank the parents. Oh, the parents. Whoever thought that that pile of skin and fat that cried and soiled its diapers would one day be sitting here, wearing a robe and a hat shaped like an Italian interior designer's table. Thank you, parents, for your unconditional, unremitting support, 50% of the time. Just kidding. Thank you for feeding us, clothing us, paying for us, helping us with homework, helping us with life. Especially, I want to thank my mom and dad. Happy anniversary, by the way. Tolerating me all these years. Those of you who have kids leaving to far-off lands, fret not. I am told we will be back faster than we know it. Finally, my forever bestest friends. At times the going has been rough. To quote Mr. Rosenberg, at times the suckitude factor has reached into the higher harmonic ranges. Y'all remember college applications? 2 weeks without sunlight. Remember all those 2-letter acronyms we are all so fond of? IAs, EEs, IBs, Dayenu. But in the end we overcame, and we are stronger for it. I was at an overnight college visit, sitting in on a lecture, and a fellow pre-frosh kid next to me was having trouble staying awake because he was not used to so little sleep. I laughed at him arrogantly. If nothing else, we are at least pro at sleep deprivation. I will end by saying that I have made some friends at the school that will be my friends for life. I wish us all success in our future endeavors, and hopefully some fun as well. I will not say goodbye, firstly because I hope we stay in touch, and secondly because I see you all tonight for a long overdue party. So back to my original anecdote. Ms. Camblin, vis-a-vis your question, do I want to leave? Oh yes. I sure do. It's time to leave, spread our wings, see the world, explore, etc. But I leave not without true bittersweet regret that I leave behind a community that has been my entire world for most of my life. I am indebted to everyone who has allowed me to come this far, and I will not forget it. Thank you.